course phonics learning games for primary students. It will be duration of 5. But we're using a framework. Basically, they're working on this phonics game for children so that it can help them learn their vowels. And what's supposed to happen is that there is this quote-unquote glue monster in the middle, and it grows whenever you drag the vowels onto it. So right now I'm just using fillers like circles and squares and glue text. So what's supposed to happen is when you drag and drop this on top, that if it's right, it'll grow. If it's incorrect, then it'll shrink, and you want to get it to become large enough so it can escape.
Okay, sure.
So right now, it's just a click, and it marks if it's correct or if it's incorrect. And at the end of it, it gives you a report of how well you did, and you can like reset it, retry. Features that still have to be implemented are a summary, which basically tells you like what you need to work on. And it doesn't say on here, but I want to see if I can get it to like adjust the questions it gives you based on your past performance. Yeah.
Is that what you'll be working on next? On the next session?
Well, I'll be working on next is animations, because right now it's just boring stuff, like squares.
Okay.
Because I think this is a very meaningful program, and it can help the students today a lot by just experiencing how the real world works, by coming to the company and actually sit and work with a team of people and see how real life, working life will be. That's probably part of the experience that we can't get in school, and this will prepare them better for the future.
Great, thanks a lot.
So thus far, the task that we've both been given is to find a company that we're interested in a sector that somehow appeals to us, and from that generate somewhat of a report on that company. But more so, just because we don't have too much time or much experience, to come up with a list of questions that we would in principle ask a CEO or somebody from management representing the company to assess beyond just the financials that we have access to, like the spreadsheets and financial reports from previous years that I've been able to find, but more so kind of questions about the future, things like how can potential geopolitical conflict affect the gold price for the mining company that I'm looking into. So very much kind of trying to assess what exactly somebody in this industry would be doing to determine whether or not they'd be interested in investing in the company.
Okay, thanks.
The hardest part so far would probably be trying to find all the information, because Simon told us yesterday when he met with us that a lot of the times CEOs, not just CEOs, but companies themselves aren't always completely honest, so you have to kind of basically cut through the bullcrap. And sometimes you just, and like me, I'm actually not really financially interested, but Agnes recommended that I come here to kind of explore my options. So I'm struggling a little more, probably more than he is, because I'm not as sure of myself as to what I'm doing.
Sure, thanks.
Yeah, I've always thought that, I do finance, I do fund management, I always thought that my job is very interesting, I love what I do, and I would like to show some young people what I do. And I think, I also want to give them a flavor of what is working at a job really like, and how is it different from than going to school and just trying to get good scores. I try to show them what kind of skills that they need in real life in order to succeed. And I want to inspire them to at the end of the day do what they love. and find out what kind of skills that they have, and try to pursue the dream that they want according to the skills that they have.
Great, thanks.
I think what some of the takeaways that I would like the intern to have is that I guess in the internet age, finding information is my job, but there is certainly no lack of information out there, and it's easy to find information, but it's important to be able to know what is noise and what is really important. And I think it's very different than just going to school where you're given the material that you're supposed to study, and all you have to do is study those material, get good scores, and you get to a good college. But in real life, I think in a real job, you really need to prioritize. Time management is really important. Prioritizing the tasks that you do is really important. So you really need to be able to manage that in order to succeed in real life. So I think that's one of the takeaways that I want them to have.
Great, thank you.
What's the difference between page and post?
So a page is up here, and a post is this. It goes down. If you have more, it'll all be here.
Hi Cameron, so why did you want to be in part of 9 Paths?
Because well, I was thinking I didn't really have anything to do for the summer, and I figured 9 Paths would be a great way to kind of beef up myself, get ready for college, because I'm going into 11th grade. I need to start thinking about that kind of thing. And so I had a Skype conversation with Gilbert, Mr. Ho, and he mentioned Web Organic, and that was something that I had come into contact with because I did the Open Classrooms YLOT last year, and the Web Organic was the kind of thing that like I felt, oh, I can definitely get behind this. And so when they said they had something that I could do for them, I jumped at the opportunity.
Okay, great, thanks.
So at the moment, Web Organic's website is kind of buggy, not functional, not very good, and it's kind of slow and everything.
Okay.
So my task was actually to port their website onto a new platform, make it look better, just kind of generally improve their website, I guess, and make it so that they have a better front that's easier to use.
Great. And so what did you find most challenging about the task?
So after the first week, I was told that I could come in on the following Monday and begin working on the website because, just begin working on the website. But unfortunately, it took them a little bit longer to set up the server than they'd anticipated. So I ended up waiting another week or so before I could begin working. So I guess the biggest challenge was trying to fulfill my and their expectations in a shorter amount of time than I originally expected to.
Okay, thanks.
There's 2 major reasons. The first one is because we as a non-profit, we have limited resources. So in many occasions we have lots of things to want to do, but in fact we don't have the resources to do. So for example, like this time we involve Cameron in our projects. It's about our website development.
Yeah.
So previously we are using the Microsoft SharePoint server, but in fact we don't have the capability to manage it really well. So we want to migrate to something that is easier. So we involve Cameron, and he provides really good insight about what's our choice, what's our option, and he analyzes what we can do with it. So we are really happy to have him with us. And the second reason to involve Cameron is because well, I got in touch with Gilbert, and he told us that he got the talent that want to try to exercise, try to put his knowledge in work. So we think that might be a good match because we need someone who have technical background, who knew how to do it, and Cameron is someone who have the knowledge but want a place to adopt his knowledge. So it's a good match. So that's the 2 major reasons that we would like to involve Cameron in our projects.
Great, thanks.
author 你需要 approve